Hi with another episode of the Art of Physical Fitness Show. Today I wanted to talk about why you may be experiencing back pain when you pick things up off the ground. Now this could be in relation to deadlifting in the gym or any other exercises, squatting, what have you, or it could be dealing with, you might experience back pain when you sit in a car for a long time, or when you're doing yard work or moving furniture around, what have you. Whenever you're experiencing back pain through movement. Now, there are multiple reasons why you could be experiencing back pain, and if I were to do that and go into all the reasonings and solutions, this video would be a couple hours long. So today I just want to focus on one area, and that is the actual proper movement of how you go about picking things up. So I'm not going to get into much hip alignment and all those different things like that. Mostly we're just going to talk about proper form to start things off. So, most people when they go to pick something up off the ground, they'll take this hunchback or dog going to the bathroom type posture when they're going down. With this rounded back, butt tucked underneath of them, shoulders rounded forward, and they pick it over. Obviously, this does not look like a very strong or powerful position to pick anything up. As you can imagine, especially if you're weak in your lower back and in your core, it's going to lead to a lot of stress on your lower back, on your lumbar spine, and the disc was in there, and that's where you can end up with some injuries and some pulls, muscular pulls. So, how do we get from, what do you want, instead of being here, what do we want? Well, we want to be in a position where we have a nice flat back and our butt sticks out from underneath us and our chest is nice, big, and open, and our shoulder blades back. So, from a side point of view, this is the ideal that we're looking for. If it's showing up on the camera, I hope I am, but this is what we're looking for. A nice flat back, my butt's sticking out, my chest is up, my shoulder blades are pinched together, my eyes are looking kind of straight, not straight down, but more at an angle out at about 45 out from my body, and that's the proper alignment we want to have, not that hunched over. So now for a lot of people, you can cue them to do this exercise, especially those who are in the hunchback position so often. Even if you tell them how to do it, it's tough for them to do. They just don't have the motor control or the strength to do it. So, first off, strengthen. That's the first key. If you're having problems doing it, you're just not strong enough to actually do it. So, what do you need to strengthen? We need to strengthen for everything, it seems. Hamstrings, your butt, and your lower back, and your mid-back, your shoulder blades. This whole, from your head down to your heels, you need to strengthen that whole area. And you can strengthen that through back raises, swings. Swings are, that's going a little too far, because if you can do swings and you're doing the hinging pattern correctly. The swings, box squats. This is very good as far as, even when I don't have them practice the hinge too much, is what I call the proper movement, is the hinge or bending. That's what you can call it, as we're hinging at the hip. But what I teach a lot, use it a lot, is for squatting. You teach the squat first, and the hinge, I see, actually works itself off it and gives you the progress. So, what do we do? Well, it's a squat with the box. I'm hoping this shows up on the camera. If it's not, I'll follow up in another video and give you better looks at it. But, so to squat to a box, instead of, first mistake people do is they'll drop straight down, and the butt will tuck under them, doing that same motion I was just saying. So with the box, what the advantage that it does is it teaches you, if you place it properly, it teaches you to sit back. Just like that. So sitting back is that motion that we want to have. Again, when you're doing the actual hinging motion, if you don't sit back, your butt tucks under you and you get the bend down movement through your lower back. But if you sit back, your hamstrings stretch, your glutes stretch, and you get the pull from your hamstrings, you get all the force and load is put back here. So, box squat, training it and getting it stronger will teach you how to first initiate. Your first movement during a squat is to sit back. Do not bend your knees first. First, again, sit back. So that's the first thing. And if I train, usually, if that's all I work with someone, is training them on the box squat. If day one they come in and they can't hinge, but I get them on for about a month, just box squatting and getting them stronger through box squatting. Lo and behold, a month later, they're all of a sudden able to do the hinge properly. And that's because, one thing, of course, we strengthen all the muscles. But two, because they learn how to sit back and hinge properly via the box, the basic entry-level stage of progression. The second thing you can do, if we're not for a quick fix, because first I like to see if it just might be a technical thing. They might have the strength to do it, their body just doesn't know how to do it, nervous system issue. So a PVC pipe is a good tool to use for it. And by doing that, what to use for it is what I'm looking for is right this. So you put the PVC pipe right behind your back. You want 3 points of contact: your head, your mid-back, and your big butt. Now, if you approach the same situation with the dog taking a crap type of movement, it ends up looking like this. As you see, I'm only touching on one part on my mid-back. Ideally, we want all three, our head, our mid-back, and our butt, to be touching the PVC pipe at all times. This is when you know that you're doing it correctly. And also, I should make a note, try and, if you can, don't lock your knees out. Just have a nice soft bend in them, but do not squat when you're doing the movement. It's just about, the only thing you should be thinking about is pushing your butt back. Push butt back. Feel a stretch in your hamstrings. That's what you want to feel. You don't want to feel your knees bending forward. You want to feel a push back with your butt and your hamstring stretch. So when I do it correctly with the PVC pipe, all together, head here touching, mid-back touching, butt touching. So there, that teaches you, just that simple exercise in itself will teach the individual yourself how to actually work to position your body. All of a sudden they get it when it's a neurological thing and not so much a strength thing as far as impairing the movement. Now this is a crucial movement of this hinging pattern. As we already alluded to, we bend over so much, you need the ability to do it properly so you don't hurt yourself. Now even more remedial teaching exercise for that is to teach, combined with the box and teaching how to sit back, is using a wall. Since I don't have a wall in front of the camera, I'm just going to use this pole here. But just set yourself up in front of the pole, maybe 6 inches or so, and you'll just simply, without squatting down, all you think about is touching your butt, pushing your butt back to touch the pole. All right, that was pretty easy. If you work that a couple times and it's easy to touch, move a couple inches out, just keep pushing back, touch. Keep pushing back, touch, right there. Now I'm not losing my back, I'm keeping my back nice and straight. That's about the limit of my flexibility in my hamstrings. There we go, touch. Now I'm keeping a flat back. So this is great in teaching someone who just does not know how to sit back. So using those two together, the wall, hinge, and the PVC pipe, you can teach sitting back and keep it a neutral spine as you go through it. So that's as basic as I want to cover today, using a box squat, using a PVC pipe to hit myself in the face, and using the wall to train the correct hinging pattern. When you train this correct hinging pattern, you get it down as it's an essential human movement. If you read anything, if you downloaded The Art of Soul Training, you know how I view that as an essential movement. And that if you train it down, you'll be extremely less likely to suffer any back pain and injury. Now, again, like I said, this isn't the end-all, be-all. It's crucial that you learn how to do this properly, but if you're experiencing back pain, there might be an underlying cause that isn't related to that. It could be something with your hips. It could be a muscular imbalance. It could be a flexibility issue. It could be something in your ankle that's affecting your hips and affecting your lower back. It could be any number of things. So like I said, I could go for hours on end describing that, which I don't want to do today, because this video would just be abhorrently long, and you would not watch it. So, perhaps another time I will cover those, but until next time, if you have any questions on this, or anything else, fitness, health, empowerment, awesomeness, being the coolest dude or chick in the world related, there's a link below. Click on it and ask me your questions, and I will answer your questions as soon as I can. And if I feel like it's a question that can be helpful to many others, I'll post a video responsive to everyone and you on the blog. So, with that said, this is Kyle Bohannon with another episode of The Art of Physical Fitness. If you like this episode and you want to become a VIP member to receive exclusive updates of the Art of Physical Fitness show, when I post new show episodes and new interviews to the show, you'll get exclusive updates. And when that happens, plus you will receive exclusive emails to VIP members only, where I give awesome insights and training tips to VIP members only. And on top of all that, the gravy on top of it, the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, you will receive a copy of my manual, The Art of Soul Training, which goes into detail how I think you can approach training a little differently and view it as a more holistic experience and an approach where it trains your entire body and your mind as well. You view it's yin and yang, like I talked about in the previous episode. There's two parts of physical fitness, or two parts of right wording to use here, but there's two parts of it. There's physical and there's mental, and you need to train both sides. So I talked a little bit about how to train in a way that's happy, makes you happy, that's fun, it's exciting, that isn't boring and monotonous, and ends up with you quitting the gym and getting fatter and fatter as the days and weeks go by. So click the links below. Click the link that says free gift to get onto the VIP list, and click the link for Q&A, and you'll be taken to a page to ask me your questions, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks, and stay tuned for the newest episode of the Art of Physical Fitness Show, which should be coming up in the within this next week. I have a few interviews lined up, and I'll be delivering to you some killer content. So, once again, I will stop delaying. Have a great weekend, and I will see you and talk to you soon. Bye.